The Money Mirror, Seeing Your True Wealth Reflection. Chapter 1, The Mirror Does Not Lie. In this chapter, you will learn how to stop avoiding your financial reality and instead use it as your greatest teacher. By understanding that your bank account is simply a reflection of your beliefs, not a life sentence, you will gain the clarity needed to change what you see without fear or shame. I stand before the money mirror today, not a mirror of glass, a mirror of truth. It reflects not my face, but my beliefs, not my age, but my alignment, not my clothes, but my consciousness. I look deeply. What does this mirror show me about money? The money mirror does not flatter. It does not spare my feelings. It shows exactly what I believe about abundance. If I believe money is hard to get, the mirror shows struggle. If I believe I do not deserve wealth, the mirror shows lack. If I believe rich people are greedy, the mirror shows emptiness. The mirror is honest. Today, I am grateful for its honesty. I have spent years avoiding this mirror. I looked away. I blamed my circumstances. I blamed the economy. I blamed my parents. But the mirror was never the problem. The problem was my reflection, and I was the one who created it. Today, I stopped blaming the mirror. I change the reflection by changing what I believe. The money mirror shows me every hidden thought I have about prosperity. A thought I forgot I had still casts a reflection. A belief I inherited from my grandmother still shapes what I see. The mirror does not care where the belief came from. It only reflects it. So I must trace each reflection back to its source, not to assign blame, to reclaim my power. Every time I look at my bank account, I am looking into the money mirror. The number is not just a number. It is a photograph of my beliefs. If I want the photograph to change, I do not smash the mirror. I do not scream at the number. I change what I believe. Then the mirror changes. Then the number changes. The mirror is always faithful. It shows me exactly where I am. No more, no less. I am not afraid of this mirror anymore. I was afraid because I thought it was permanent. I thought the reflection was my destiny. But the mirror only shows the present. The present is not the future. I can change my beliefs today, and tomorrow the mirror shows something new. I look at the mirror with curiosity now, not fear. What is it showing me? And what am I ready to change? Chapter 2, The Reflection of My Parents. In this chapter, you will learn how to separate your parents' money fears from your own. By identifying which beliefs you inherited and which are truly yours, you will break the generational chain of scarcity and choose a new financial inheritance for yourself and your children. The first mirror I ever looked into was my parents' relationship with money. Not because they meant to teach me, because children absorb. Every worried look at a bill, every whispered argument about spending, every "we can't afford that," every "money doesn't grow on trees." These were not just words, they were reflections, and I absorbed them as truth. I do not blame my parents. They did the best they could with what they knew. Their money fears were not chosen. They were inherited too. My great-grandparents' scarcity lives in my grandparents' tension. My grandparents' tension lives in my parents' worry. My parents' worry lives in my chest. The chain is long, but it ends with me. Today, I separate my parents' reflection from my own. I honor their survival. They kept food on the table. They kept a roof overhead. That is abundance. That is success. But their fear about money, that was not abundance. That was survival mode. I am not in survival mode anymore. I can afford to believe differently. I can afford to reflect differently. I look at each money belief I inherited. Money is scarce, not mine. I return it. Rich people are corrupt, not mine. I return it. You have to work yourself sick to earn a living. Not mine. I return it. There's never enough. Not mine. I return it. These beliefs were survival tools for a different time. That time is over. I live in a new time. I choose new beliefs. I also look at what my parents reflected well. A work ethic, a commitment to family, the ability to stretch a dollar, gratitude for small things. These reflections I keep. They serve me. They are not scarcity. They are resourcefulness. I honor them. I build on them, but I do not carry their fear. Fear was not their gift to me. It was their wound. I heal it. I do not pass it on. When I feel a familiar money fear rise, I ask, is this mine or my parents'? If it is theirs, I breathe. I say, thank you for trying to protect me. But I am safe. I release you back to where you came from. The fear lifts, not because I denied it, because I saw its origin. Seeing is releasing. I see. I release. I am free. Chapter 3, The Reflection of My. In this chapter, you will learn how to recognize and deprogram cultural scarcity stories that have been installed since childhood. By replacing those stories with abundance-based narratives, you will stop measuring yourself against impossible cultural standards and start creating your own wealth reality. The money mirror also shows the culture I was raised in. Every movie, every news story, every advertisement, they all cast reflections. Money is the root of all evil. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You can't win. Life is a struggle. These are not truths. These are cultural programs. I did not choose them. They were installed. Today, I uninstall them. My culture taught me to suspect wealth. It taught me that rich people must have done something wrong. It taught me that wanting money is greedy. It taught me that enough is never enough. These reflections are everywhere. They are in the songs I heard as a child, in the jokes at family dinners, in the headlines I scroll past daily. They are loud, but loud does not mean true. I deprogram myself, not overnight, gently, consistently. Every time I hear a cultural scarcity story, I notice it. I do not argue with it. Arguing gives it power. I simply say, that is a story. It is not my story. Then I replace it with my own. Money is a tool for good. Wealthy people can be generous. Wanting abundance is natural. Enough is a feeling, not a number. My culture also taught me to compare, to look at what others have and feel small, to measure my worth by my possessions. This reflection is toxic. It says, "You are what you own." I reject that. I am not my car. I am not my house. I am not my bank account. I am a soul having a human experience. Money is just energy I use to express my values. Comparison is a lie. I stop comparing. I start creating. I choose new cultural inputs. I follow accounts that reflect abundance. I read books that expand my beliefs. I listen to podcasts that normalize wealth as positive. I build my own culture, a culture of possibility, a culture of generosity, a culture of trust. The old culture will still shout, but I do not have to listen. I have my own station now. I stay tuned to what lifts me. Every time I feel the weight of cultural scarcity, I push back, not with anger, with truth. I say aloud, there is enough for everyone. I am allowed to prosper. Money flows to those who serve. Wealth is not a zero-sum game. Saying these truths out loud rewires my cultural programming. The old reflections fade. New reflections take their place. Chapter 4. The reflection of my past mistakes. In this chapter, you will learn how to transform financial regret into financial wisdom. By reframing every past mistake as tuition paid for a lesson learned, you will release shame and stop repeating the same patterns, freeing yourself to make better choices starting today. The money mirror also shows every financial mistake I have ever made, the impulse purchase I regretted, the bill I paid late, the investment I rushed into, the opportunity I was too afraid to take. These reflections sting. I want to look away, but looking away keeps me stuck. Today, I look directly at my past mistakes, not to shame myself, to learn. Every mistake was a lesson dressed in disappointment. I bought something I did not need. Lesson, pause before purchasing. I missed a payment. Lesson, automate my bills. I trusted the wrong person. Lesson, trust but verify. I stayed too long at a job that underpaid me. Lesson, know my worth. Each mistake taught me something. I thank the mistake. I keep the lesson. I release the shame. The money mirror does not punish me for past mistakes. It simply shows them. The showing is not a judgment. It is information. Here is what you did. Here is what you believed at the time. Are those beliefs still true? Most of them are not. I made mistakes because I believed scarcity, because I believed I did not deserve better, because I believed money was stressful. Those beliefs are gone now, so the mistakes lose their power. I forgive myself for every financial mistake, every single one, not because I excuse the behavior, because forgiveness is the only way to change the reflection. Shame keeps me stuck in the past. Forgiveness moves me into the future. I do not need to earn forgiveness. I grant it to myself, freely, fully, for everything. I also notice patterns in my mistakes. Do I always overspend when I feel lonely? Do I always avoid looking at my bank account when I feel afraid? Do I always say yes to bad deals when I feel desperate? The patterns are not flaws. They are clues. They show me where my beliefs are still shaky. I thank the pattern. I address the belief. pattern dissolves. My past mistakes are not my identity. They are my curriculum. I graduated from each one the moment I learned the lesson. I do not need to repeat the class. I do not need to keep staring at the old test scores. I close the book on past mistakes. I open a new chapter. The money mirror shows what is present, not what was. Today, I am making new choices. The mirror is already reflecting them. Chapter 5. The reflection of my fears. In this chapter, you will learn how to identify and disarm your deepest money fears. By naming each fear, exploring its opposite, and taking courageous action despite it, you will shrink the power of fear over your financial life and expand your capacity to receive abundance. The money mirror also shows my hidden fears. These are the reflections I tried hardest to hide. Fear that I will never have enough. Fear that if I get money, I will lose it. Fear that people will leave me if I become wealthy. Fear that people will judge me if I stay poor. These fears live beneath my conscious thoughts, but the mirror sees them, and the mirror reflects them as lack. I name my fears, not to amplify them, to disarm them. A fear that is named loses half its power. I write each fear down. I fear running out of money before I die. I fear that wealth will change me into someone I do not like. I fear that I am not smart enough to manage large sums. I fear that my family will resent me if I succeed. These are my shadows. I shine light on them today. When I see a fear reflected in the money mirror, I do not panic. I ask, is this fear real or imagined? Most fears are imagined. They are stories my mind wrote about a future that has not happened. I cannot prove that I will run out of money. I cannot prove that wealth will change me. I cannot prove that I am not smart enough. These are not facts. They are projections. I release them. I also ask, what is the opposite of this fear? The opposite of running out is having enough. The opposite of changing for the worse is growing for the better. The opposite of not smart enough is capable of learning. I hold the opposite. I breathe into it. The fear does not vanish instantly, but it shrinks. And each time I choose the opposite, the fear shrinks more. I practice acting despite my fears, not recklessly, courageously. I send the invoice even if I fear rejection. I ask for the raise even if I fear hearing no. I invest in myself even if I fear wasting money. Each courageous act sends a message to the mirror. I am not ruled by fear. The mirror receives this message. The reflection shifts, slowly at first, then faster. My fears are not my enemies. They are my teachers. They show me exactly where I need to grow. A fear of scarcity teaches me to practice trust. A fear of losing money teaches me to practice wise stewardship. A fear of judgment teaches me to practice self-acceptance. I thank my fears for their lessons. Then I let them go. They have taught me enough. I am ready for the next lesson. Chapter 6. The reflection of my deserving. In this chapter, you will learn how to measure and increase your sense of deserving. By looking at your actions, not your words, you will discover exactly what you believe you deserve. And then practice practice small acts of deserving that rewire your subconscious for wealth. The money mirror shows me what I believe I deserve, not what I say I deserve, what I deeply, secretly believe. Do I believe I deserve wealth? Or do I believe wealth is for other people? Do I believe I deserve ease? Or do I believe I must struggle first? Do I believe I deserve abundance? Or do I believe I am meant to live small? The mirror answers these questions honestly. I check my deserving by looking at my actions. Do I invest in myself? If I believe I deserve wealth, I invest. Do I ask for what I want? If I believe I deserve wealth, I ask. Do I receive compliments gracefully? If I believe I deserve wealth, I receive. Do I rest without guilt? If I believe I deserve wealth, I rest. My actions are the mirror's truest reflection. I watch my actions. I learn my beliefs. If I see that I do not believe I deserve wealth, I do not shame myself. Deserving is learned. It can be unlearned and relearned. I was taught that I deserve only what I earn through suffering. That was a lesson from a tired world. I rejected. I am worthy of wealth because I exist, not because I have suffered enough, not because I have proven myself, because I am. That is enough. I practice deserving daily. I accept a compliment without deflecting. Thank you instead of oh, it was nothing. I treat myself to something small without guilt. A coffee, a book, an hour of rest. I invest in my education without asking permission. I raise my prices without apology. Each act of deserving rewires my belief. The mirror notices. The reflection softens. Wealth begins to feel possible. I also notice where I still block deserving. A voice that says, you haven't earned that yet. A feeling of guilt when I receive a gift. A habit of putting everyone else's needs before my own. These are not virtues. They are barriers. I see them clearly now. I do not fight them. I gently set them aside. I choose deserving instead. Not arrogantly. Naturally. Deserving is not arrogance. Deserving is alignment. The universe does not judge my deserving. It simply responds. If I believe I deserve a little, I receive a little. If I believe I deserve a lot, I receive a lot. The mirror is not cruel. It is accurate. Today, I choose to believe I deserve wealth. Not someday when I am perfect. Now, imperfectly, courageously, the mirror reflects my choice, and my reality shifts. Chapter 7. The reflection of my generosity. In this chapter, you will learn how your generosity habits directly reflect your abundance mindset. By practicing small acts of giving, even when you feel poor, you will signal to the universe that you trust in enough, and the mirror will reflect back more than you gave. The money mirror also shows my generosity, not only my giving of money, my giving of time, attention, kindness, forgiveness. Generosity is a reflection of my abundance mindset. A generous person believes there is enough. A stingy person believes there is not. The mirror shows me which one I am. I look at my giving habits. Do I tip well? Do I donate to causes I believe in? Do I help friends without keeping score? Do I share what I know without holding back? Do I forgive debts when I can? These are not obligations. These are reflections. They show me what I believe about abundance. If I give freely, I believe in enough. If I hold tightly, I believe in lack. The mirror is honest. If I see stinginess in my reflection, I do not judge myself. Stinginess is not a character flaw. It is a symptom of fear. Fear that I will not have enough for myself. I thank the fear for trying to protect me. Then I practice generosity anyway. A small act, a tip that is slightly larger than usual, a donation of $5, a compliment given freely. Each small act of generosity loosens the grip of fear. Generosity raises my vibration faster than almost anything else. When I give, I am saying to the universe, I trust. I have enough. More is coming. The universe hears this. It responds by sending more to the generous giver, not because the universe keeps score, because generosity and abundance are the same frequency. When I vibrate at generosity, I attract abundance. I also receive generosity graciously. This is harder for many of us. Receiving is also a reflection. If I cannot receive, I am blocking the mirror. When someone offers me a gift, I say thank you. I do not say you shouldn't have. I do not say I will pay you back. I receive. Receiving completes the circle of generosity. A giver needs a receiver. I practice being a good receiver. It is as important as being a good giver. My generosity is not limited by my bank account. I can be generous with a smile, with an hour of listening, with a prayer for someone in need, with a piece of advice freely given. These cost no money, but they reflect the same abundance mindset. The universe does not distinguish between forms of generosity. Energy is energy. I am generous in all forms. The mirror shows a wealthy reflection. Chapter 8, The Reflection of My Gratitude. In this chapter, you will learn how gratitude acts as the engine of the money mirror. By practicing daily gratitude, especially for small things, you will raise your vibration, attract more to be grateful for, and break the cycle of lack thinking. The money mirror shows my gratitude, not my performative gratitude, my real gratitude, the kind I feel when no one is watching, the kind that rises in my chest when I am alone. The mirror shows whether I truly appreciate what I have or whether I am always reaching for what I do not. Gratitude is the clearest reflection of wealth. A person who is deeply grateful lives in abundance, regardless of their bank account. A person who is never grateful lives in lack, regardless of their millions. The mirror does not care about my net worth. It cares about my thankfulness. Today, I check my gratitude reflection honestly. I practice gratitude as a discipline, not just when I feel like it, especially when I do not. I find 5 things to be grateful for every morning: a bed, a roof, a breath, a meal, a voice to speak these words. These are not small things. They are the foundation of all wealth. I am grateful for them, deeply, truly. The mirror sees this. The reflection brightens. When I feel lack, I know I have stopped practicing gratitude. Lack is not It is an absence of gratitude. I can prove this. When I am grateful, I feel wealthy. When I am not grateful, I feel poor. The same bank account, the same circumstances. The only difference is my gratitude. Gratitude is not a feeling that happens to me. It is a choice I make. I choose it now. I also express gratitude for money itself, not just for what it buys, for the energy of money, for the flow of currency, for the ability to exchange value. I thank every dollar that has ever passed through my hands. Every dollar taught me something. Every dollar was a gift. Even the dollars I wasted taught me lessons. I am grateful for all of it. The money mirror reflects my gratitude back to me as more to be grateful for. That is the law. What I appreciate appreciates. When I am grateful for a dollar, more dollars come. When I am grateful for a job, better opportunities arrive. When I am grateful for a home, my home becomes more of a sanctuary. Gratitude is not polite. It is powerful. It is the engine of the mirror. Chapter 9, the reflection of my words. In this chapter, you will learn how every word you speak about money is a spell that the mirror obeys. By changing your money vocabulary from "I can't afford it" to "How can I afford it?", you will reprogram your subconscious and open new pathways for wealth. The money mirror hears every word I speak about money, not as a judge, as a recorder. My words are instructions to the mirror. When I say, "I am so broke," the mirror reflects more broke. When I say money is always tight, the mirror reflects tighter. When I say, "I cannot afford that," the mirror reflects cannot. My words are spells. I cast them every day. Today, I cast better spells. I change my money vocabulary. Instead of "I can't afford it," I say, "How can I afford it?" Instead of "Money is stressful," I say, "Money is a tool for freedom." Instead of "I am bad with money," I say, "I am learning to be good with money." Instead of "There's never enough," I say, "There's always more coming." These are not lies. They are intentions. The mirror reflects intentions. I also notice how I speak about wealthy people. Do I criticize them? Do I assume the worst? My words about wealthy people reflect my belief about whether wealth is good. If I criticize wealth in others, I block it for myself. The mirror hears, "Wealth is bad. Do not send it." I change my words. I say, "Wealthy people are evidence that wealth is possible." I celebrate their success. Their wealth is my permission slip. I speak to my money directly, out loud. "Hello, money. Thank you for being in my life. You are welcome here. I will use you wisely." This feels strange at first. That is fine. Strange means new. New means changing. The mirror hears me speaking to money as a friend, not an enemy. The reflection shifts. Money becomes friendlier, not because money changed, because I changed. I also speak to myself about money with kindness. No more "I am so stupid with money." No more "I will never get ahead." No more "What is wrong with me?" These words are cruel. The mirror reflects cruelty as lack. I speak to myself as I would speak to a beloved friend. You are learning. You are growing. You are capable. Keep going. The mirror reflects kindness as abundance. Every time I catch myself speaking successes, and fears creates a dark reflection that blocks abundance. By speaking your financial truth aloud, you will bring light to the mirror and activate the flow of wealth. The money mirror also reflects my silence. What I do not say matters as much as what I do say. When I stay silent about a raise I deserve, the mirror reflects silence as lack. When I stay silent about a price I need to charge, the mirror reflects silence as smallness. When I stay silent about my financial goals, the mirror reflects silence as confusion. My voice is the mirror's light. Silence is darkness. I speak my financial desires aloud, not to the mirror, to myself, to the universe, to anyone who will listen kindly. I desire to earn $100,000 this year. I desire to pay off my debt by December. I desire to invest in my education without fear. Speaking my desires aloud gives them form. The mirror reflects form. Form becomes reality. I also speak my financial boundaries aloud. I do not lend money I cannot afford to lose. I do not work for free. I do not discuss my finances with people who make me feel small. Boundaries spoken aloud are boundaries reflected. The mirror shows a person who respects herself. The universe respects that reflection. Better opportunities arrive. Silence about my successes also reflects. When I hide my wins, I am telling the mirror, my success is shameful. Do not send more. I stop hiding. I celebrate my wins aloud, not to brag, to acknowledge. I paid off a credit card. I saved $1,000. I received a bonus. I say these things to myself if no one else will listen. The mirror hears. The mirror reflects more wins. Silence about my fears also reflects. When I hide my financial fears, they grow in the dark. I bring them into the light. I say aloud, I am afraid I will never retire. I am afraid I made a bad investment. I am afraid I am falling behind. Speaking fear aloud deflates it. The mirror shows a smaller fear, then a smaller one, then none. I am not silent anymore. I speak my wealth into existence, not with magical thinking, with intentional language. Every word I speak about money is a brushstroke on the mirror. I am painting a masterpiece, a reflection of abundance, a reflection of deserving, a reflection of enough. I speak. The mirror listens. The world changes. Chapter 11. The reflection of my environment. In this chapter, you will learn how your physical space directly reflects your financial state. By cleaning one drawer, organizing your wallet, or caring for a single plant, you will send a powerful message to the mirror that you respect what you have and are ready to receive more. The money mirror also reflects my physical environment, not because the mirror is shallow, because my environment is a photograph of my beliefs. A cluttered home reflects cluttered finances. A neglected space reflects neglected money. A beautiful, cared-for environment reflects beautiful, cared-for wealth. I look around me. What does my space say about my money beliefs? I do not need a mansion. I need one clean room, one organized drawer, one corner that feels peaceful. The amount of space does not matter. The care does. I walk through my home. I look with fresh eyes. What is broken that I can fix? What is dirty that I can clean? What is unnecessary that I can remove? Each small act of care is a message to the mirror. I respect what I have. I am ready for more. My wallet is part of my environment. A worn, torn, overstuffed wallet reflects chaos. A clean, organized wallet reflects order. I clean my wallet today. I remove old receipts. I organize my bills. I face them the same direction. I thank my wallet for holding my money. This is not silly. This is vibrational alignment. The mirror sees a person who respects the container of wealth. My digital environment also reflects a cluttered desktop, thousands of unread emails, endless browser tabs. These reflect financial confusion. I clean my digital space. I delete. I unsubscribe. I organize. Each deleted email is a cleared channel. Each organized file is a statement of order. The mirror reflects order as abundance. I also look at what I display. Photos of people who drain me. Clutter that reminds me of unfinished projects. Broken items I keep out of guilt. These lower my vibration. I remove them. I display what lifts me. A candle, a crystal, a photo of a happy memory, a small plant. These are not decorations. They are frequency anchors. The mirror reflects them as self-respect. Self-respect attracts wealth. My environment is not separate from my wealth. It is a direct reflection. When I upgrade my environment, I upgrade my money beliefs. Not by spending a lot, by caring a lot. A $5 plant cared for daily reflects more abundance than a $5,000 sofa ignored in a dusty room. The mirror cares about energy, not expense. I care for my space. My space cares for my wealth. Chapter 12, The Reflection of My Body. In this chapter, you will learn how your body holds and reflects your money beliefs. By scanning for tension, adjusting your posture, and practicing deep breathing before financial decisions, you will align your physical vessel with abundance and remove a hidden barrier to wealth. The money mirror also reflects my body, not my weight or my age, my posture, my breathing, my tension. My body is the most immediate environment I inhabit. It reflects my money beliefs in every cell. Tight shoulders reflect financial fear. Shallow breath reflects scarcity. Clenched jaw reflects stress about bills. Today, I read my body's reflection. I scan my body for money tension. Where do I hold financial stress? In my neck, in my lower back, in my stomach. I place my hand there. I breathe into it. I say to that tension, I see you. I am sorry you have been carrying this. You can relax now. I am safe. I am provided for. The tension softens. The reflection shifts. My posture tells the mirror how I feel about my worth. Slumped shoulders say, I am small. I do not deserve. A lifted chest says, I am valuable. I am ready to receive. I adjust my posture throughout the day, not to fake confidence, to practice deserving. The mirror sees the practice. the reflection becomes more confident. Wealth responds to confidence. My face also reflects. A tense jaw repels opportunities. A soft, relaxed face attracts them. I practice relaxing my face, especially when I think about money. I unclench my jaw. I soften my eyes. I lift the corners of my mouth slightly. Not a fake smile, a gentle ease. The mirror reflects ease as abundance. Money flows toward ease. My breath is the clearest reflection of my money vibration. Shallow, rapid breath reflects fear. Deep, slow breath reflects trust. I practice money breathing. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. I do this before checking my bank account, before paying bills, before negotiating. The breath calms my body. The body calms the mirror. The mirror reflects calm. Wealth arrives in calm. I also notice how I move through space. Rushed, frantic movement reflects scarcity. Slow, grounded movement reflects abundance. I slow down, not lazily, intentionally. I walk as if I have nowhere to prove. I move as if time is on my side. The mirror sees a wealthy person moving through life. The reflection becomes the reality. I am not rushing toward wealth. I am already there. Chapter 13. The reflection of my time. In this chapter, you will learn how your calendar is a mirror of your wealth beliefs. By auditing how you spend your hours, especially on worry, avoidance, and comparison, you will reclaim your time as a currency and invest it in activities that reflect abundance. The money mirror reflects how I spend my time. Time is the only currency I cannot earn back. How I use it shows what I truly value. If I spend my time on things that drain me, the mirror reflects depletion. If I spend my time on things that lift me, the mirror reflects abundance. Today, I look at my calendar. What does it say about my wealth beliefs? I look at a typical week. How many hours do I spend worrying about money? How many hours do I spend avoiding my finances? How many hours do I spend comparing myself to others? How many hours do I spend in scarcity-minded conversations? These are not neutral. They are reflections. They show me where my beliefs still need healing. I also look at how I spend time on my growth. Do I invest time in learning about money? Do I invest time in my skills? Do I invest time in my network? Do I invest time in rest and reflection? These investments are reflections of abundance. A wealthy person invests in themselves. I am becoming a wealthy person. I invest my time accordingly. I stop spending time on low-return activities, scrolling social media to avoid my to-do list, complaining about money with friends who also complain, watching content that makes me feel poor or afraid. These are not rest. These are resistance. I replace them with high-return activities, learning, connecting, creating, resting deeply. The mirror reflects the shift. My wealth grows. I also notice my relationship with urgency. Do I constantly feel like I am running out of time? That reflection is scarcity. Time is abundant. There is always enough time to become who who I want to be. I release the illusion of running out. I slow down. I do less, but better. The mirror reflects quality over quantity. Quality attracts wealth. My time is my life. How I spend my time is how I spend my life. If I want wealth to flow into my life, I must spend my time as if I am already wealthy. Not by buying things, by choosing activities that reflect abundance. Learning, creating, resting, connecting, serving. These are wealthy activities. I fill my calendar with them. The mirror reflects my choices. My reality follows. Chapter 14. The reflection of my forgiveness. In this chapter, you will learn how unforgiveness acts as a stain on the money mirror, blocking the flow of abundance. By making a list of everyone you resent regarding money and consciously forgiving them, including yourself, you will clear the mirror and reopen the channels of wealth. The money mirror also reflects my capacity for forgiveness. Whom have I not forgiven regarding money? An ex who left me with debt, a boss who underpaid me, a parent who taught me fear, myself for every mistake. Unforgiveness is a stain on the mirror. It clouds the reflection. It blocks the flow. Today, I clean the mirror with forgiveness. I make a list of everyone I resent regarding money. I write their names. I write what they did. I feel the resentment fully, not to stay there, to acknowledge it. Then I say, I forgive you, not because you deserve it, because I deserve to be free. The resentment has been hurting me, not you. I release it. The stain lifts. The mirror clears. Forgiveness is not condoning. It is not saying what happened was okay. It is saying, I will not carry this anymore. The weight of unforgiveness has been lowering my vibration for years. I set it down today. My shoulders feel lighter already. The mirror reflects lightness. Lightness attracts wealth. I also forgive myself. This is often harder. I forgive myself for every financial mistake, for every time I chose fear over trust, for every time I stayed small, for every time I overspent, undersaved, undercharged. I was doing my best with what I knew. Now I know more. I do better. The shame is gone. The mirror reflects a clean slate. Forgiveness is not one time. It is daily. Resentments return. Old wounds reopen. I forgive again, and again, and again. Each forgiveness is a polishing of the mirror. The reflection gets brighter. Wealth flows more easily. I am not holding anyone hostage anymore, not even myself. We are all free. The mirror shows freedom. Freedom shows wealth. When I feel financial blockage, I ask, whom have I not forgiven? The answer is often someone I forgot I was angry at. A partner from 10 years ago. A friend who never paid me back. A company that treated me unfairly. I find them. I forgive them. The blockage dissolves. The money flows again. Forgiveness is not spiritual bypass. It is financial strategy. Chapter 15. The clear reflection. In this final chapter, you will learn how to maintain a clear money mirror daily. By committing to small, consistent practices, polished the surface of cultural scarcity. I wiped away the fog of past mistakes. The mirror is clear now, and the reflection is wealthy. I see a person who deserves abundance, a person who gives generously and receives graciously, a person who speaks wealth into existence and rests without guilt, a person whose environment, body, time, and forgiveness all reflect the same truth. I am wealthy, not someday. Now, the mirror is not my enemy. It was never my enemy. It was my teacher. It showed me exactly what I believed. And when I was ready, it showed me that I could change those beliefs. The mirror is faithful. It will always show me where I am, and it will always show me where I am going. Today, it shows me wealth. I take one action today that honors the clear reflection. That action is the proof. That action is the prayer. Whether it is a forgiven debt, a generous act, a spoken desire, or a deep breath of trust, I act from clarity, from worth, from wealth. The money mirror is clear now. I will check it daily, not with fear, with curiosity. What does it show me today? Where am I still blocking? Where am I flowing? I will adjust. I will clean. I will forgive. I will speak. I will rest. I will act. The mirror will reflect my growth, and my wealth will grow with me. I commit to this practice for life, not because I have to, because I want to. The mirror has shown me the way. A clear reflection, a wealthy reflection. My reflection